you ever been in a relationship with a girl? Yes, I did. I had a girlfriend named Ruth when I was 19 to 20, or was I had graduated high school. When did I meet her? I don't remember when I met her, but I was definitely 19, and then I believe I was 20, but she was real cute. She was really cute. She, you know, she dressed like a boy. She preferred to be the boy. I'm the lipstick lesbian. She was the dyke. But she grew her hair long, and she was so cute. She was half Japanese and half Filipino, so she was so Asian. She was tan, and she had really perfect hair for cutting, styling, and coloring. It was so beautiful, and I loved her hair. I loved the way she dressed. She could, oh my god, she was such a good artist that she could draw in Sharpie on somebody's skin something that looked like a tattoo. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell that it wasn't a tattoo unless she told you it wasn't a tattoo. It was so amazing. And she had a lot of depression problems. She cut a lot on her legs. She had a lot of deep scars on her legs. And she was so cute, and we were so cute together, and I really, really loved her. Then she broke up with me while I was in Spokane because she was going through a hard time and she didn't think she was good enough for me. And I held some animosity toward her for that, but then we met up again after I was in beauty school, and I still had feelings for her, and apparently she still had feelings for me too, so she asked me out again. And we were going out. I didn't really like that she was smoking. She was smoking cigarettes, but, you know, she was 18, so she was legally allowed to do what she wanted. I just, you know, said, I don't want you to smell like cigarettes when I'm around you. I don't want you to smoke near me, because I have 14 years of secondhand smoke going on in here, and I associate smoking cigarettes with other things. And, you know, she was a really good girlfriend. We hadn't done anything past making out, so we hadn't gone below the belt or anything. If I remember correctly, I don't think we groped each other, because it just, our relationship hadn't been long-lived enough for that. You know, you gotta take it slow, especially when it's somebody that you're falling in love with. You don't want to rush. It's gonna hurt you more if you rush. But we spent as much time together as we possibly could. We went to Pride 1 year. Another year she couldn't go, so I brought her back something from Pride. We spent the day at the beach together. We slept in the same bed. When I spent the night at my gay friend Evan's house, I haven't had any contact with him for a while. We lost touch. And then she told me a couple of things that worried me. She told me that she had tried alcohol while we were not together, and, you know, she wasn't 21 yet, and I'm just really, I mean, it even bothers me that senpai drinks in moderation. And when I say in moderation, it's in moderation. That bugs me, but she's, you know, an adult, and she can if she wants to. It bugs the shit out of me. But, you know, Ruth was underage, and she admitted to drinking. She said she didn't anymore, but then I found out she was smoking pot. And that was the nope. It's like, cigarettes and alcohol, but pot. No, 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 no. Especially when she told me that she had bad experiences with ecstasy, that she overdosed or something, and yet she's smoking pot. The fact that she was an ex-drug user made me really cautious, but I really liked her. But as soon as I found that out, I was like, I can't do this. And especially since at the time I had started working at Walgreens and I met Michael, and I was like, oh man, I'm getting really confusing feelings right now because I'm with somebody and now I'm starting to like another person. But luckily, her bad choices gave me an excuse and I broke up with her. I don't know how well she took it. She wasn't crying or anything, so I never heard anything back about how she was doing. But then I started falling for Michael more and more, you know, because one of my number one to not do is cheat on somebody. So if you're falling for another person, if you fall in for another person, don't cheat. Just break up with the other person. If you don't love them, just end it. That is hurting them. Just end it. So I was able to get more interested in Michael, and he was getting more interested in me. And after a couple months, we started going out. So that was that. Can you wiggle your ears? No. Was Sammy the Rat named for Sammy's torture shop in Wayward City? Or do you just like the name Sammy? No, it was a coincidence. See, the way I name animals and stuffed animals is I have to feel out the name. I hold the animal and I wait there until the name comes to me. If the name doesn't come to me, they're just gonna have to go back into their cage and they're gonna be nameless. It took me 3 days to name Rem. Michael named Ezio, so obviously he named him after a game character. But names are sacred to me. Names and eyes are two things that I hold spiritually. I'm non-religious, so it's in a spiritual way that's more connected to myself and not religion. I don't count spirituality and religious as the same thing. So I hold eyes and names spiritually toward me because names are very important. Names identify you as an individual, and I don't consider animals objects because humans are animals. They have thoughts, feelings, they get hurt, they bleed red, you know. I mean, some insects don't, but, you know, they're still animals. But we step on them all the time, and they invade our house, and we're all like, kill it! But I have to feel the name before I choose it. When I was younger, it wasn't necessarily that way, but it is, you know, now that I've held these things close to me. So Sammy was felt out, and what I felt was Samson. It took me a couple minutes, and I was holding him, and I said, "You're Samson." Senpai named Tommy. She was gonna name him Charlie because Charlie's her favorite name, and I was like, "No, you can't just do that, because you don't know if it fits. You need to feel the name." So, you know, I don't know how well she felt it. I don't think she's as good at it as I am, but she named him Tommy. Not Thomas, not Thompson, Tommy. So, that and Sammy's Torture Shop. I think Sammy's Torture Shop came before I got Sammy and Tommy. So, I do like the name Samson /Sam/Sammy. I do like that name, and it also just, that was the name that came to me when I was making the Torture Shop. Are there any characters or creatures you created for Encephalon that you now regret creating? There aren't creatures or characters that I regret creating, but there are a lot of characters that are way too underdeveloped. Characters like Blockhead, and Creepy Sheep, and Sanchez. I don't remember how we decided his name was pronounced. And Exploding Bunny. Exploding Bunny had a pretty long run until weekly videos stopped. Fricklepisk is one that hasn't even been introduced yet. Little Miss Feelgood, she hasn't been introduced yet either. Her bio is there, but let's see, what other characters? The Adorable Death, Ifrit, Chloro, Kerp, Mizu, Fluffy, Clockwork, Shgley, a Leech. Okay, I think that's just a leash. Soul, Denki, the letter P, and Shade. Those are completely underdeveloped. Haven't been even introduced. A lot of creatures that I've made. Squeedle, Proky, Stubby Bunny, Ham, Mr. Frizzy, CIA Howlin, who made a cameo appearance in Playing with Fire, Bug-Eyed Child, Mr. Skelemini, Air Pie, Oli, Screamer Guy, Bubba, Ice Cream Bells at 7:30, Fatty Tumor, Fat Bee, Beazle, Troby, UFO, Jumping Off Cliff Girl, Mackie, Lubber, Flower Cow Guy, Fat Dolphin, Pocket, Braidfish, and Sharksy. I have introduced Sharksy, but not the drawing of Sharksy. I named a stuffed animal plush Sharksy. Shadow Puppet Jr., because God knows 5 pints of liquid styrofoam will probably never graduate into being something more. I don't show Did You Know Guy enough, the Did You Know Guy. Creepy Sheep is really the main that really needs expanding on, and Sanchez. Which one was it? I don't remember. And then there are older role-playing characters that need to be recycled into Encephalon, so I just automatically say, okay, these characters are now in Encephalon because I gave up role-playing when I turned 18. Hollywood Pillow and Freedom Apple definitely need more to them. I needed to do more comics with them. But I wouldn't say there's any that I regret creating. There are a couple of Encephalon characters that were made specifically for Encephalon that haven't got enough. There's Dana, Fly Girl, Francois Gaylord Von Duche VI. He also made a cameo in Playing with Fire. Leah, Michi the Ghost, Michi the Ghost? I think it's Michi. Minji, Paku the Robot, the cupcake-loving robot. Phil, Randy, Smiley, the Otanashi twins. WBC has been introduced, but they need more development. Tomoko needs more development. That's Koda's girlfriend. Yeah, well, not necessarily regret, but they need more development.